So let's do this. Perfect. All right, this is the area now. This is the signal, and I love these signals so much. I'm gonna have another empty drink.
I'm gonna turn that into a GIF, by the way.
Do it. I know we have so many GIFs of me doing like this, like woo. But these signals are the polite suggestions to Google. Google is going to target whatever you give give here, and then it's going to find more. So remember, again, the other stupid thing that we all hated were the expansive display, where it's like, oh, thank you for display audience. We found a bunch more, and it was always junk. Or it's like, hey, here's your keywords. And then also exact match close variant. I think they're just building up this here, which now this makes so much sense. But the audience signal, again, remember we were talking about wallets and we did an in-market and in-markets and demographics, or interest in demographics is what we call this one. That's gonna be my audience name again. So my interest, my signal in my asset group are the same. So it's the wallet asset group, and this wallet asset group, I'm gonna be targeting the signal of interest in demographics. I was gonna call this one interest in demo. Now, interest and detailed demographics. This is the one I'm going to use for this asset group. I will create another asset group for data. I will create another asset group for custom segments. I will create another asset group for the competitors. I'll create another asset group based on whatever. All for wallets, all for these 10 products. So you can see how big this is going to get.
Well, and just so everybody knows how easy this can be, once you've created asset group A, you can copy it and do nothing but change the audience signal.
You're exactly right with one little changeover. You can copy it. You also have to reselect those products. If you miss that, you accidentally mess with the entire campaign. But replicate it, reselect the specific products, then change the signal. Yep.
And the custom segments is where you've been uploading lists, and we saw like insane responses on list uploads.
Yeah, and what's cool is when the new customer acquisition only comes out instead of Performance Max, you can upload your customer list and then target the existing customers in that list and then pay only $4 per conversion. And then upload your customer list and then go after the lookalike audience of that customer list in your new customer only campaign and then pay $40 for that. So now you got, what are you going to willing to pay for a new customer? What are you willing to pay for a repeat customer? Amazing stuff. So let's do the first one. Wallets. So are you in the market for a wallet?
Dude, that is insane. RFID blocking, that would be wallet. Credit card.
Oh, look at that. Men's wallet, leather wallet, men's leather wallet, minimalist wallet, best wallets. Of course you're in the market for wallets. What about a credit card
wallet? What is Bellroy? I bet you that's a wallet brand.
Probably. Just see.
Yeah, Bellroy is a wallet.
Perfect. Now, I might
have specific brands in there. That's interesting.
I might actually develop a different asset group, and that's going to be
Bellroy.
Bingo. Yeah. Oh, now when you see the gold rules do not exist anymore. Now it's just every which way, shape, and form you can possibly find a person. But RFID blocking.
Well, no, I'll give you a golden rule. Don't bundle your audiences. Segment your audiences, because if you added all your audiences just to one audience signal, now you don't know what's working even when it works.
No.
Oh,
no. So do you remember it's one of our clients?
Insights tab. God.
I know. It's so cool.
So golden rule, bundle all your audiences because Google will tell you what's working.
Well, I would bundle small. Here's what I mean by that. Because you still want to have the ability to control. So with these asset groups, I can say if I have 10 asset groups running, that one's not working, pause that one asset group. Well, what am I pausing? I don't want to pause all. I want to pause the bundle. Well, what is this? Well, maybe this is a wallets, credit card, and RFID blocking. Put that on the shelf. Not just that,
but if you have too many things bundled and you have a low spend, Google's never going to be able to get to everybody in the bundle.
Exactly. But look at this capability now. Like, I mean, it's insane. Well, why did that do it?
Wallet cycles?
Wow,
John, you're asking too much of Google.
I found something that didn't exist. There we go. Bicycles and accessories.
Motorcycles used. Motorcycles new.
Mopeds and scooters. Like crazy. Even the smaller version of motorcycles. Like it's crazy. So yes, you can find now people. And here's the best thing. This is now your search keyword. This is replacing your keyword strategy. It's amazing.
It doesn't have to though, because Google has the ability from a segment perspective to segment people who have searched for specific search terms, right?
And if they're in market. So let's just say I developed a new, crap, sorry, you had to blur that too. That's all right, Jack. That's our editor, and she's just gonna have a horrible time with this. But anyway, let's just call this my interested demo. We built that, we put on the shelf. Next thing that we're gonna wanna do is, let's say we do a different one, and I want to
ask a question before we do the different one.
Yeah.
If you've got something in interest,
I'm gonna do this. Let me just save this one real quick, and let me launch this campaign real quick.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, because then I'll show you the. I'm gonna skip that again. Site link extensions, same old, same old.
Jack, blur this whole page, basically.
Yeah, basically. I'm so sorry. I can't publish campaign. I do things. All right, hold on. Everything's gonna be blurred right now. Let me go through and fix this real quick.
While you're going through it, if you added, so all of those in-market audiences are ors, this audience or this audience or this audience. If you added another segment somewhere else, does that become an and, or is that also an or?
Say it one more time.
So like, let's say you uploaded a custom list and custom audiences and added in-market audiences. Do they have to be in the custom list and in the market, or in the custom list or in the market?
So far, what Google has said and what I've actually seen be true is they sometimes will actually overlap.
So it's and.
Well, and there's no restrictions. It's just like, hey, you found that person here and you found that person here. What they click on though is gonna be the or. So it's actually really interesting. So Kasim may be in the wallets and the RFID blocking wallet, but if I show an ad to you, I might show one impression and one impression. But if you click, I'm going to see which asset group you clicked on. But you can also then click on a different asset group after that.
I see what you're saying. So if I have different asset groups targeting different audience and I'm in multiple audiences, Google's going to see which audience I came from a value-driven perspective.
And then you get to the second squared part of our A/B test, which is, okay, now what ad copy is performing better? Pretty cool stuff.
This is a long video.
It is.
I thought this was going to be 30 minutes.
The stuff we do is hard.
Yeah. One, we're very funny, so we have to pause for comedy.
I know. And then like the laugh track that we add in here is going to take up even more time.
That's so funny.
That's awesome. Okay. So I finally got to say, okay, this is going to work, but you can publish it. All right, cool. I did a terrible enough job. That's like, fine. Oh, man. It's loading. Google's nice and slow today. Please
you didn't actually publish it, right? Like that's a real client.
No, I published it. Yeah, no, we're doing it in 1 week or 2 weeks from now. We're building it together. So I'm just going to take this one and modify everything.
Okay.
Yeah, we're okay there. All right.
But it's like paused?
Oh yeah, I published it, but I paused it. Okay, so I can share this, but there's gonna be some blur. And I'm so sorry, we have to blur. I'm just gonna do this. I'm so sorry, everyone, but you get what you pay for, you know?
Yeah.
It's free. So these two here, this is what needs to be blurred here. So sorry, this is just for our editor, make sure we protect our clients. Anyway, so now this is your asset group going to your audience signal.
This is what you see after you've launched and you go look at your Performance Max campaign.
Yep, and you had to select asset groups. And you're gonna see asset groups and listing groups. So the asset groups are obviously the group of assets going to a signal, and then the listing groups are what's attached to that asset group that you've selected as your products. Remember, we selected like the 10 wallets. That's going to be attached here. We'll go through that here in a moment. So this is your interesting demographics. Now, what I have to do is, if I want to clone this and say, okay, so I love all of my ad copy. That's the best of the best, and it's perfect. I'll never change that thing. Everything's beautiful. I want to start now test different audiences.
And you would say that if you had a high performing campaign, you're like, oh, this is crushing life.
Exactly. And the view details, this will actually tell you, again, I have to blur pretty much all the ad copy there. But if you hit view details, it'll actually tell you what headlines, long headlines, descriptions, images, and videos are performing what they call best, good, and low.
Yeah, it
That's
pisses
the
me
performance.
off. I don't
I
like
know.
that broad categorization because they could give, well, I guess it'd be really hard because it's multi-touch, but they really could give you attribution.
They could, but the thing that I like about this actually a lot is because we know how YouTube works. And if you think about it, when something has low performance, they just deprioritize it. It just pushes it off to the side. So basically, when you see low, it means it's not being used. So just cycle it out to something else. See if you can get that back into better or best. So let's talk about cloning. So I think I have about 10 minutes left. Inside of here, we can duplicate this asset group. So you saw I did that. Click the 3 buttons, duplicate it. Everything looks to be the same. Again, this is gonna be a blurring nightmare for everyone. I'm so sorry, but you need to know how to do this. This next one I'm gonna call search keywords. And some pro tips. If you have a search campaign running right now, use your search terms that have converted and combine that with the search keywords that develop those search terms that converted. Boom, 2 really high value targets right there. That's what we're gonna do now.
And you can't add negative search terms or performance max campaigns yet, but we think they're coming.
They teased it, yes. So we'll see.
Teased it. Teased.
So use your selection of products. You have to do this all over again. Reselect your products. Otherwise, you're gonna have one asset group with all of your products, and that's just gonna be like, wow, that one's doing really amazing or poor. And
well, which might be okay if you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's do that. All right. Now we go down to the signal. You have to click. This is really messed up. You have to click this pencil, and then change this one up here to now search keywords and terms. I don't know. I'm doing the shorthand. So now this is, let's do this. Let's hit, I was trying to hide that, so that's going to be blurred too. So hit new custom segment, and people who have searched for any of these terms on Google. Nice. Men's wallet. That's one of my high performing keywords. Brown leather wallet. Cool. That one is a good one. Thin wallet. Again, I'm just grabbing, let's say, the top 10% of keywords that have a 30% conversion rate or more. So it's just like amazing stuff. Men's slim RFID. Let's just say all of these are
71% non-parents because they're the only people with money.
Yeah, this keyword is not. Oh yeah, this is something new that Google's doing. If they, I actually spelled it wrong. Thin wallet. But Google actually, if it doesn't like something like a medical term, they'll actually just not include it. So if you have like something like,
I prefer that than the random penalizations and we're shutting everything off and we're not telling you why.
Yeah, right. So if it's just if it doesn't like it, it's not going to give it to you. So let's just say all of these are my segment 8 that I'm going to call this one is the top search keywords and terms.
Question:
Cool.
What is the difference between interest and detailed demographics on the pane previous and people with any of these interests or purchase intentions on this pane?
Yep. So what's interesting is I can't tell you the exact definition, but essentially this is what they've been doing, and this is who Google thinks is in market. Which one's stronger? I can't tell you. And
they have additional expansion, the expand segment, which they've always had in the custom segments, the people who browse these types of websites and people who use these types of apps.
Yeah, this is exactly just like when you go into your tools and audience manager and your custom segments, you create a new one, same exact functionality that you're used to. You just now can attach it to an asset group and say, these people need to see these ads and these products. That's all we're doing. We're just matching up the person with the product with the ad. So again,
we just created our new asset group. And if you wanted to, you could change assets in this asset group to match the audience, but that's not the split test that we're going after here.
Right. And what's funny is if you had a person that and what's funny is people who search for these terms on Google, this is heavily targeted towards people in the last 14 days of activity. What this means is like in the last 14 days, if they did this. So that's what's interesting. So
that checks out with topics, because topics is going to be 3 weeks of interests aged week over week.
Yep. And so what's really funny about this is people who search for these terms on Google, if you said buy men's leather wallet or you were in market for a wallet, I can't tell you which one's going to be hotter. I mean, it's what's cool is you got to test it.
You got to test it.
Yeah. So maybe make up one this and the other one that. We've done that before. So save that. And then what's interesting is after you save this here, it's actually going to say, hey, do you want to save this audience? And you're going to save this audience as a copy. And then you're going to just take off the word copy and then hit save. This is kind of weird how you do this. And then once you're done with that, then you click save here. And now you have
2 asset groups.
Yay. And you title them so as a reference point. So it's nice. My interest in demographics going to the interest in demo of wallets, cards, and then my search keywords is going to my search keywords in terms of the search terms and wallets, cards, like that. So you're seeing how I'm building this now. Then
You have 5 minutes left.
Yep.
And we showed people that we'd teach them how to do this for lead gen too.
Oh yeah. Well, it's gonna be perfect. See, this area here is called listing groups. You do not get this for lead gen, and this is the only way to identify how the asset groups are working individually. So you'll see here, I have an interest demographics and I have search keywords. And then obviously, if you're familiar with standard shopping or smart shopping, that's how this works here. You just have your products and you can actually subdivide it, yada, 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 yada. But notice that these are the two parents, the parent asset groups. Interest in demographics, search keywords. How many impressions, how many clicks, how many costs, average cost per click. And this is where that gets a little weird is remember when I said you only get all conversions? This is what we're talking about. You don't get the conversions that you're tracking. So make sure you turn off any inactive or not relevant conversion actions or remove the conversion value from the ones that don't matter. But then now your conversion rate, or sorry, your conversion value and all conversion value by cost is a true ROAS. So this is how you can identify them. Now, if you're doing the same exact structure for lead gen, the only change is you have to build a Performance Max campaign per asset group. Because without this tab here of listing groups that gives you e-commerce performance, you only get the asset group and then the main campaign. Well, the main campaign is like, hey, you're targeting 7 people and I got a lead. Where'd it come from? Can't tell you. It won't do it. This one I can see where I got a sale.
So if you want to test different asset groups, they have to be in separate campaigns.
Yep. So follow along exactly what I was doing. Obviously, remove the feed and don't, you're not doing any feed items and feed item optimizations, and you're not going to use target return on ad spend or maximize conversion value. But don't build one and then simply go through and start replicating. It's going to suck. So what you want to do is you have to go back to, once you build one asset group, clone the campaign. Not clone the asset group, clone the campaign, and then change the asset group in that campaign, either by the ads or the audience, whatever you're testing.
And are we sure that, because I remember when we did that with Smart Shopping, we killed the ability to cross-pollinate remarketing. That was e-com, obviously. With lead gen, I'm just trying to think through the implications of having 2 Performance Max campaigns running to the same site. Do you think remarketing would be inhibited?
Well, since Google said the asset group that earns a click is the asset group that remarkets, again, this is, they said from the horse's mouth, from a member of the product team, and that product team is a person that's building Performance Max. That's how they told it to me. So again, caution and proceed with caution, I guess I would say. But if you had multiple Performance Max lead generation campaigns, the one that was relevant that got the click on lead gen is the one that's going to remarket on lead gen, which means unless you have a person that's like, oh, I need a corporate tax attorney, and then they get to the site, be like, actually, I want personal tax attorney.
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. And if it doesn't happen, then the corporate tax asset group that earned the click is going to be the corporate tax asset group.
It is an interesting point, though, because somebody could be looking for a digital marketing agency, for instance. They searching for an SEO agency, realize, you know what, I actually kind of want full funnel or whatever, and now they're being remarketed with the service that they didn't. I don't know.
Google actually recommends to have one asset group that's very generic. It contradicts the original statement because it's like, well, why would you have one asset group? And they said, well, it's good to have one asset group just for general remarketing. I'm like, but the product team told me that was the asset group specific. So again, this is why there's really no golden rules that you're going to put a whole bunch of ad spend into and say this should work. You're going to have to test everything. But what I do know for sure is I do have lead generation campaigns that are working. I just can't tell how they're working until I had to break them out by campaign type.
How many emails are in your inbox right now?
32.
So whenever I pull John aside to make videos, his inbox just, because otherwise you're sitting there like hacking the heads off the dragon.
Yeah, I have 32 unread in my inbox right now from when we started.
That's the Hydra. Appreciate you doing this, dude.
Yeah, this is really cool. So
this is a total game changer. This is, I mean,
yeah, it's do we have another video on our YouTube channel called Understanding the Insights tab? I actually can't show it to you today. It updated yesterday, and all my Insights tabs are reset. So take a look at our YouTube channel called Insight Tab Explain, Performance Max or Performance Max Insight Tab Explain. That'll show you the Insights tab. It should be live for us within the next 1 or 2 days. But that is where you're going to see the roadmap of how to actually optimize these campaigns based on what Google's giving you as feedback. Can't show you today because, again, I tried like 4 of them before this video, and it's like coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. Caden, or one of our strategists, found out that they did an update yesterday, so we're just kind of waiting. But that will show you exactly what's going on. So yeah, check out that video. They'll show you some really cool stuff.
We shoot a video every day. Like, comment, subscribe.
Do all the fun stuff.
Do all the fun stuff. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Wait, before you go, I'm constantly looking for amazing people to come join our team. So if you're passionate about Google Ads and you're passionate about customer success, please go to solate.com/apply. And we'd love to see you as a part of the Solutions 8 team. Also, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that we actually know what we're doing. And don't forget to subscribe. We shoot a video every single day, and I don't want you to miss out on any of it. Lastly, if you have questions, comments, concerns, confessions, or you just hate my face and my voice, go ahead and hit us up in the comments. We get very little human interaction, and even the heckling is something that I kind of get a kick out of. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being subscribers if you're a subscriber. Don't forget to apply if you're interested in working at Solutions 8. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.